Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
Handing them a leaflet, you're touching them, then they're touching them, that would be against the rules. So,
It's against the rules, but not against the law, yeah?
well, it's legislation, isn't it?
It's against the new legislation.
What act? What act?
Coronavirus.
Which act was that? Sorry.
Under
Which
the
act was that?
coronavirus law that's come in at the
Under the
moment.
2020 Coronavirus Act?
Yeah. Well, it's not a coronavirus act, is it?
The point is, it's caused harassment and alarm and distress to a member of the public, and we've had complaints from other members of the public, and therefore that's the route we're going.
What was the complaint?
Pardon?
What was the complaint?
Well, it was broadcasted on the microphone. A member of the public swearing at your friend here, and then we've had complaints over there. I don't need to go into details. All you need to know is that we're dispersing you
But
from the area.
yeah, but did he swear?
Pardon?
Did he swear?
I'm not suggesting he did, but that member of the public.
Is he responsible for a member of the public's reaction to him?
Are you going to talk over me, or let me explain? Right. So that member of the public that swore at your friend was clearly that distressed
Yeah.
by what you guys are doing.
I'm here in Watford to speak to Andrew Button, a man who was fined for handing out leaflets. Now, the police originally wanted to charge him under the Coronavirus Act 2020, but when they went away to look at it, they realised there was absolutely nothing in the Act under which they could charge him. So instead, he's been charged with an offence relating to public order and given an ASBO of all things. This is what he had to say about his case. So we're in Watford. I'm here with Andy Button, who was arrested on Saturday for handing out leaflets, was it?
That's right, yeah.
So you're standing around here, one of your friends playing a bit of music, and you had the community out supporting you. And you, what was on the leaflet that you were handing out?
We were handing out anti-lockdown leaflets. So we were handing out leaflets that had details about the actual science behind the lockdowns and how frail the science is in the lockdowns, and a little bit about the effects of the lockdowns on society.
It basically says, jam for freedom, freedom is your right, end lockdowns, facts over fear, save our children, let us work, allow us treatment and appointments, open our gyms, protect our health, and so much more. And obviously one of those things is allow us treatments and appointments. You, of course, you had a friend who last year didn't get his cancer treatment, who's now dead.
Sadly passed away, yeah.
And that's, I mean, obviously, when you're handing out these leaflets, it's not just about having a different opinion, it's about the fact that you're going out there to save lives as well.
Yeah.
So people are against it because they want to save lives. Well, you believe in this because you want to save lives.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you both should have the right to an opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to save lives and quality of lives as well, and futures for people.
Yeah.
The Jam for Freedom website is all backed up by scientific research. Everything on there is had peer-to-peer reviews scientifically, and it comes from a lot of very sensible academics in the medical and the scientific community. So it's not like we're peddling a load of lies, we're just peddling the other side of the narrative.
So really, you think it might be the contents of the leaflets that you were being arrested for, not the fact that you were handing out leaflets in general?
Absolutely, yeah. If I was handing out leaflets to do with a different subject matter, should we say, cancer research or something along those lines, then they wouldn't have had any issue with it whatsoever. So,
and they claimed, obviously, that handing out the leaflets might be a risk of transmitting COVID because you're passing this piece of paper. But I saw a woman down there handing out leaflets. No police officers around her.
We're not mixing any households. We're not mixing any households.
No, but it's classed as you're going up to random members of the public and meeting them, and therefore that
I'm staying 2 metres away from them, and what I'm doing isn't against the law. What I'm doing isn't against the law in any way, shape, or
You're
form.
handing them a leaflet, that's not within 2 metres, is it?
No, but I'm holding. I'm a metre away, and they're a metre away, so that's 2
What we
metres.
suggest is if you put the leaflets in a pile, you can then approach people within the 2 metres, and you can say to them, go pick up a leaflet, read about what we're doing.
That's a good idea.
That would be fine.
That's a good compromise, yeah.
Obviously, going up to people would be saying, you're within that 2 metres, handing them a leaflet, you're touching them, then they're touching them, that would be against the rules. So,
It's against the rules, but not against the law, yeah?
well, it's legislation, isn't it?
It's against the new legislation.
What act? What act?
Coronavirus.
Which act was that? Sorry.
Under
Which
the
act was that?
coronavirus law that's come in at the
Under the
moment.
2020 Coronavirus Act.
Yeah. Well, it's not a coronavirus act, is it? But you've just said it's a good compromise. If we put them on the
It is a good
pile,
compromise, yeah. I'm okay.
You can still stay within 2 metres or without 2 metres of people, and you can tell them what you're about. And you can say, go pick up a flyer, read what we're about. It's all on there. That would be okay.
Okay, yeah, we'll see how that works to see if people are picking them up
Yeah.
and getting the message, yeah. Okay,
All right.
cool. my friend was singing here, and his friend was playing the drums, and we were having a really good time, entertaining a few of the locals. And
Flats up here, you said people were
yeah,
looking
people
out,
were kind
waving,
of
clapping.
waving and clapping out the windows, and some people were sort of stopping and having a chat with us and singing along and dancing to the music.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody was having a good time, and there was no issues until the police turned up.
Yeah, and then obviously the van came from over here.
Yeah, the police van came in that direction. They lowered the bollard, and the police van came in through here. And then they stood a line of about 6 police in the back part of the square, looking very intimidating. Then they eventually approached us all and decided they were going to arrest me, and they arrested me over here by this bench in the end.
You've got to be honest about that, gents. And I would suggest you please speak to your supervisors, constables, and let them know that under the new urban code, you do not need to proceed with actions if you morally feel are wrong. Because that's what our ancestors fought for, our grandparents fought for freedom of speech. We may disagree, we may feel, might stress us out.
We're not disputing that. That's why we've stood and watched for a while. But the point is that you've caused harassment and alarm and distress to a member of the public, and we've had complaints from other members of the public, and therefore that's the route we're going.
What was the complaint?
Pardon?
What was the complaint?
Well, it was broadcasted on the microphone. A member of the public swearing that you put your friend here, and then we've had complaints over there. I don't need to go into details. All you need to know is that we're dispersing you from the area.
Yeah, but did he swear?
Pardon?
Did he swear?
I'm not suggesting he did, but that member of the public...
Is he responsible for a member of the public's reaction to him?
Are you going to talk over me? Or let me explain? Right, so that member of the public that swore at your friend was clearly that distressed by what you guys are doing.
What are we doing?
I've already warned you as well about...
Why was she so distressed? Why should she be distressed? Because of government propaganda?
I don't know.
Because of lies? Because of COVID lies? Is that why?
Right, so you're going to be dispersed from the area, okay? And I've already warned you.
Well, we're
about
not breaking the law. Why are we going to be dispersed? We're not breaking the law. Why are we breaking the law?
You'll be dealt with for that, okay? So if you want...
We're not breaking the law, though. We're not doing anything wrong.
Are you going to comply with the legislation?
No, I do not comply, and I do not consent.
Okay, so you're not going to disperse from the area?
I do not consent.
Okay.
Under English common law, I do not consent.
Thank you.
And they said they were arresting you under the Coronavirus Act 2020 originally, didn't they?
Yes, that's how they originally approached us, was under the Coronavirus Act 2020.
That later changed when they charged you.
Changed when they charged me at the station to an antisocial behaviour order.
Right, okay.
And not giving my details to the police officers.
But the only reason you weren't giving your details to the police officer is because they didn't really have a valid reason to arrest you, as proven by the fact that the charge they were originally arresting you on, they later didn't charge you with because clearly they couldn't.
Exactly.
And then also an antisocial behaviour order. That is, very interesting given the fact that your being social is antisocial. Yeah. Doesn't really make
the irony
sense.
of it is great, isn't it? Yeah.
Very ironic.
The irony of that wasn't lost on me, really. I mean, it was one opportunity all that week that I'd had to be social and speak to people outside of my home and my bubble. So to be doing that and then be charged with an antisocial behaviour order is the typical of the clown planet we find ourselves living in at the moment.
And for the people who don't know at home, from abroad or whatnot, an ASBO, antisocial behaviour order, is sort of usually given out to troublesome teenagers in parks, mugging people and that sort of thing.
As I understand it, I've never been arrested or never had anything to do with the police before. So, they didn't actually give me a fine under the corona because they don't really arrest people and charge them with an offence. They tend to just give out the fines for the Coronavirus Act.
And why do you think they came after you?
Well, just because we were exercising our freedom of speech and we were pushing an agenda that wasn't in the mainstream media or the government agenda.
So really it's dissent. That's the sort of uncomfortable truth to all of this.
Yeah.
Is that what they're criminalising here is you having a different opinion. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's my different opinion to what the mainstream is and what the government are saying at the moment. And it's not just my opinion, there's a lot of people that I associate with that have a similar opinion. But it's being censored and we're not allowed the civil liberty of freedom of speech in this country anymore.
That's the thing, the leaflet, it wasn't saying anything offensive. It wasn't saying, the government are lunatics or anything like that. It was just simply saying, this is the science, this is what we present as a counterpoint to the lockdowns and whatnot. It's about opening up the debate.
Exactly, yeah. It was just trying to kind of give people the other side of the argument, really, that actually the controlled narrative might not be the only narrative. There might be another side to this story. There might be another thing we can do apart from lockdowns and the obvious devastation they cause to society.
Well, we were discussing that earlier, weren't we?
Yeah.
You know, we all know people whose lives have been damaged, perhaps irreparably, by lockdowns, but how many do we know who have had or died from COVID?
Well, I don't personally know anybody that's died of COVID. I know I have a couple of friends who have had it, and they said it's pretty rough. And then I've had a couple of other friends who've said they've had it and it's nothing, it's mild, it's like a seasonal cold. But I know in the double figures people that have been affected by the lockdown in severe ways. None of us want to live in a society like this. So when you see your friends and your family being affected by direct action by the government, it does make you emotional, and it does sort of spur you on to do something about it and speak up for the other side of the story.
So you've just heard from Andrew Button. I'm sure you'll agree with me that the story is absolutely outrageous, but it's not an isolated case. These sorts of things are going on all around the country. Our message is very clear and simple. This has got to stop. Here at Rebel News, we believe in giving those people a voice. We believe in having those discussions and having those conversations. So we're going to keep talking to these people. And you can go to rebelnews.com for more updates.